Hey everybody, hey, Carlotta Berry here, hopping on. Hope you guys are doing well this evening, morning, night, whenever you see this video. This is for you, the person who is just feeling like you cannot hold on any longer. You are running out of patience. You are weary. You are tired. Maybe you're getting ready to make a big business decision. You're getting ready to pull the trigger like I was getting ready to do. And you're like, you know what? I got to go in and get this done. But then here comes God's divine intervention. And you know it is because you've been talking to the Lord. You've been praying about it, even though you become antsy, even though you want to go ahead and do it your way. Someone comes in with a conversation, maybe something you read in the word, maybe you feel a little nudge in the spirit. Some wisdom is dropped in your spirit and you pull back and say, wait a minute, let me hold off. Let me just wait. I'm about to make a mistake. Y'all, that's what just happened to me probably about 3 hours ago, if that long. I was scheduled to meet a young lady during a Zoom call. And we did meet at our scheduled time. And y'all, we only talked for about 30 minutes. And our conversation primarily was covering my next steps in the insurance industry. I have shared on another video, it's been about 3 months, but I passed my life health accident certification. And so we were meeting to talk about that. She's seasoned in the industry. She's very busy. This time of year is open enrollment. And so she's really focused on, her business, but she took out some time to meet with me and talk to me about that and just kind of help me and send some information over to what next steps I should take. Y'all, in the midst of that conversation, probably about the last 10 minutes of the conversation, I began to share with her some other business ventures, entrepreneurship ventures, ministry ventures that I'm working on and how I'm preparing to have a website created for me. And she listened to me. And then once I finished that, she said, you know what? I would ask you to go ahead and hold off and just wait for a moment. And you may want to reach out. And she shared the individual's name. And she goes, you may want to reach out to him because he could probably help you out, not just with setting up a website, but he can probably give you a better rate. And he can also give me and share his expert advice because he's pretty much doing what I'm striving to do. Now, I will say that I was thinking about connecting with him, but I knew I was not going to be able to connect with him until the first part of 2026. But y'all, I'm ready to get started I don't want to say now, but in the next few weeks. Well, actually, I was scheduled to meet the gentleman the first part of November is what I said, so we could get my website up and running. Yeah, I'm antsy. You understand what I'm talking about. When you're ready to get something done, you're just ready to go, And so when she said to me, don't make, a rash decision, especially something this big, you want to make sure that you connect with someone who has already gone before you, someone who has already paved the way. And, I was like, you know what? She's probably right. It's like I've received this divine intervention to wait, to calm down and don't rush it. And y'all, I just wanted to start this video and just share with you because I know there's somebody out there that is feeling antsy and you're ready to go ahead and do the doggone thing. You feel like you've been waiting long enough. You feel like the way you're already going about it is not moving as quickly as you would like. And you're ready to just go full speed ahead, but you don't have all of the groundwork laid out. And when you're talking to God about the situation, when you're lifting your prayers up to God, y'all, we've got to just, and I'm talking to myself, we have to remember that not only are we to pray to God and really put our hearts out there, we've got to sometimes pull back and wait to hear from him. And so, y'all, I heard from him on this afternoon in that 30-minute Zoom call. My friend, she was not aware that I had been praying about it, but she answered my prayer. She was a catalyst, or God used her to speak to me about that website and advised me to hold off and wait until I got expert advice from the gentleman that she and I are both connected to. And although I was going to reach out to him and meet with him, I knew I could not do it until January. But because of the conversation that I had with her on this afternoon, and she said, no, you need to hold off and wait. And she also was transparent and said, don't make the same mistake that I made. And y'all, I just want to tell you that is God. That is the Holy Spirit showing up for me. And he also shows up for you in that way as well. But we can be so hard-headed and not listen. Y'all, I opened up the word. I'm in the book of James 5. And it talks about prayer. It is very important in accessing God's power. We all pray, right? We all are accessing God's power, but we're not patient enough. We're not patient enough to sit back and hear what it is that he has to say. Kid you not, y'all. I was getting ready to go ahead and make my deposit with this gentleman. I said the first part of November. So at the latest, it was going to be on next week. But now I am going to go ahead and yield to the divine instruction. And I'm going to wait until I meet with the expert January of 2026. And I'm going to continue to just move slowly with the process as to what I'm already doing. And y'all, I'm speaking right now about my God is Real t-shirts, my God is Real hoodies. And I've been working on this for some time and it's moving slowly. But y'all, I was ready to go ahead and start and create my website very soon. But because of my meeting with my friend on today, talking about insurance, and then as it turns out, she is used by God to tell me to hold on and to wait. And so I will be able to meet with this gentleman, my mentor, her mentor, one of her mentors, and he's going to help me step by step by step by step. And yeah, I just feel so blessed by that. And so I just hop on to tell you to be patient and also to understand that you're doing right by praying to God. But you've got to be able to also pull back and wait to hear from him. It goes on to say, y'all, that, and this is in James chapter 5, verse 7, therefore, brothers and sisters, be patient until the Lord's coming. See how the former waits for the precious fruit of the earth and is patient with it until it receives the early and the late rains. You also must be patient. Strengthen your hearts because the Lord's coming is near. Now, it's talking about the Lord's coming, but we can apply this into our own lives that we as children of God, we are to be patient and to understand that God's timing is not our timing. And God's timing is perfect. And we are to understand that as we move according to God's plan, then it's going to be successful. It's going to work out well it's going to work out in our favor. It also, in the commentary, it explains that when we're waiting, it's not just sitting back and twiddling our thumbs. Yes, we are to be doing something in the waiting, and that is a demonstration of your faith. So as you're waiting, be working towards that goal, whatever it is that you're working towards. If it's your new business, if it's in your relationships, whatever endeavor that you're embarking on, a concern, whatever it is, and you're lifting it up and you're praying to God about it, be patient and just wait, and know that when God gives you that instruction, then it's going to be a harvest. It's going to be perfect for you. It's going to be much better than had you went ahead and moved forward in your own strength, in your own knowledge, and in your own wisdom. And so I just wanted to stop by and I wanted to share that with you, how God, he continues to amaze me. I stay in awe of him, and I want you to know that it can be hard. We can get really antsy. We just believe that we know what's best. Even as children of God, we'll pray to God and we'll talk to God, and many of us are not waiting to receive divine instruction, because I definitely was not planning on waiting. But it's almost like God just jumped in on the scene. He's like, I had this meeting set up, and as it turns out, this 30-minute meeting pretty much helped me and saved me from making a mistake. And it could have been a very expensive mistake, at least for me, and I'm going to hold off. I'm going to be patient, and I'm just trusting and believing that everything is going to work out the way that it should. And so I just want to hop on, and I want to remind you that you, as a child of God, you're praying to God, you're talking to God, you have tapped into the power of God. We are blessed to have the gift of prayer, but now we have to also understand and know that we need to be patient, and we have to understand that God is hearing our prayers, and he's going to give us divine instruction, and it may very well come in a way that you weren't even expecting, because I wasn't expecting that in that Zoom meeting that I had with her just a few hours ago. And so, y'all, I just wanted to hop on. I hope that I always can be an encourager to you and to remind you that you are a child of God, and not to be anxious for anything. Take all your prayers to God, and he will come through for you. He will come through for you. This is something that I know for sure. I thank you guys so much for listening, and always know, truly believe in your heart that God is real. He loves you. He's rooting on each and every last one of us to win, and just stay close to him. You will experience joy and peace, and all will be well. Alrighty, y'all. Until next time, I'll see you later. Bye, guys. See you later. Have peace. Bye-bye.